think the key to you working on this piece, think about the sound in these, and think about it not being so strong at the beginning. Whenever you see piano, you need the gesture in your mind. There's also something, of course, the difficulty of the left hand and keeping the left hand still. I mean, I don't mean that it's still peaceful. I just mean that you're controlling all of the notes, and that you keep everything under. So yes, it creates a storminess, but you can't have notes accidentally popping out like that you can't. You need to have that under perfect control. So that's part of the overall sound of everything, I think. And don't stop before these notes, okay? Don't try not to. So I think for you in this piece to be physically involved, as in to take your imagination and work through this in terms of a physical gesture. So your breathing, everything in this piece is about being breathless and being agitated and being nervous. So these are your key sort of ingredients in the whole recipe. Okay, so and then these longer lines which have shape. But you do this when just immediately when I suggest something, you do it. So it's great. But you need to suggest it to yourself in your own practice. You need to be aware of all of these things. So the key to any of these etudes, it's not it's sound and it's color and it's contrast. It's not all of the million notes that we have in these pieces. So somehow that's the next level up for you with this piece, I think. And yeah, extremes here. I mean, every time you have the repeated notes, always think that a repeated note leads to somewhere. A repeated note is never exactly the same in any period of music, anywhere. It always has a direction, and you can't stop that direction before you arrive, because it's like you're trying to go somewhere and then you just suddenly stop for no reason before getting there. And that's something to be worked on. But all of these things that I'm suggesting, it will be easy for you. You just need to think a little bit about how to approach the music aside from all the technical difficulties. So the sound, breathless, nervous, all these things, really important. And here, at the very end, the last note, you can think about it, and then you'll find something yourself, some sort of happy balance between this. It's just what it is not is a long, singing note. It's not that, and it's somewhere in between that and running out of breath. So you find the key to the piece when you are out of breath. I think this etude in particular, it's very important to breathe more and to feel the direction of the line. So I feel that the main thing that's missing is there are two little elements to this etude. One very, very short. It's like and it's sort of as if someone is they've run up to the top of a hill and they can't breathe, and it's very out of breath. It's very short of breath. But then there's also this long line which needs to be a little bit more sweet, not the same character as da da. This one's da 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 ba da da. It's long and expressive and beautiful. So there's the sound is different. Do you know what I mean by this? So I feel that when you breathe in the short motif, it's almost like a whisper, and then suddenly it sings at last, like a faint whisper. If I'm speaking to these people, I wouldn't. I would speak like this. so everybody hears. So that type of whisper that really carries and is very, very intense. That is the main element for me in this etude. So that you actually physically breathe and that you physically feel. You have to feel like you're out of breath and that you're short on breath and that it's not very comfortable. This is the way to approach this. So can we try it again? So every time you get to this part, you need to physically. It's just all about. For me, it's all about physically being involved, and then you can understand what the music is saying. Sound in the right hand. Inside the music, it's still, it's still in time and it has rhythm. It's really good with the breathing. I just want you to try a fainter, a lighter touch on it. Not so not so strong at the moment. It becomes strong in the etude, but at the moment it's not so hugely expressive immediately at the beginning of the etude. So a different type of touch. Then here there's a little, not a big explosion, but a little explosion. So it totally opens up, but not so much of it. And each time it starts to get a little bit more, and it's a very nervous piece. You know what I mean? It's not a piece where someone would sit and have a cup of coffee and think it's so relaxing. It's such a intense piece. So. Sometimes music moves forward. I don't mean rush. I don't mean yeah, but this I feel it's stretching apart. This gives a great sense of space in the melodic line. So it's not it's not moving forward so much. It's a stretch. Also, I know that you're already crescendoing here, but you need somewhere to go from here. So, and it keeps going a little bit by a little bit, but don't get too much of your crescendo too soon. Let's try. Switching So you always have to know where your melody is going to, and in this instance, this is beautiful. I like the way you shape everything here. But here, it's still going. It hasn't stopped. It's like so. Let's say from here. It's still quite excited. I think you relax here and it's still nervous. Lean on this. In this piece you don't get so many long lines or long melodies, and every time you have a sigh, like da, you have to emphasize that. Not accent, just like it's so. These parts are just such a huge contrast to the part that comes before. So you have the same note. But the color changes, but the tempo doesn't change. So it's very difficult to do that type of switch. I know, but it's easier when you slow the tempo. But the pianissimo doesn't mean different tempo at that point. We have to go forwards to this note, okay? We can't. Let's try this again. Just you need to get. It can be. Just work on all of these a little bit more to feel like when the repeated notes. When there is a repeated note in music, it always is going somewhere. It never just, okay, I have 5 of these, and I know the process here is, I have 5 of these, and I have to fit it with my left hand, and there's always all of these technical things that you have to think about, but musically, it's the answer to any technical things, so that's where the approach. It's still. In your right hand needs to be more varied in this. So it's just that I feel that it's not faint enough at this point. You can find the key to your sound with the piano if you imagine another instrument, like say if we have a violin at this point. It's very physically it's easier for them to do this gesture. Because they're like, or that's it's.